What's up, guys? We're back for another Marvel Legends review, taking a look at a figure in that Kingpin wave, digging ever deeper into the wave. We're taking a look today at Puma. This is a figure that I was pretty interested in. I have a passing interest in this character, so this is one that I wanted to get, but of course I caved and started buying the figures anyway, so no matter what, here we are. So we've got him here in our standard Marvel Legends packaging. You can see him there surfing on the Kingpin's massive torso in that window, and then on the back we've got product shots, build a figure, lineup, bio, all that good stuff. So let's do it. Let's pull him out and take a look. Alright guys, here he is out of the package, our Puma figure, and this one is honestly pretty surprising. I'm enjoying this figure a lot more than I had anticipated. So this wave has at least had a couple surprises in it, which is always a good thing. So we're going to take a look at Articulation first, as usual, see how this guy moves around. And he is really agile. Frankly, I'm not really sure what body this is. It's not jumping out at me. Someone I'm sure will let me know. It very much looks like the Jackal body in certain ways, but Jackal had a furry chest and furry legs, right? So this can't be the same thing, or it's something similar. Either way, it affords Puma a wide range of movements. So the head can look really far up. His head sits a little high on the neck, and I think it's to allow him to do this. So when you've got him crouched over, he can be looking straight, basically. He goes down all the way. You can rock side to side really well, and then full rotation. Arms go out, rotate, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. We have got rotation and hinge at those wrists. Ab crunch goes forward pretty far, and then we go back pretty far as well. We of course have got waist rotation. His belt sits right there, so kind of watch that. Legs go out decently enough. Kick forward, kick back, thigh cut. Double jointed knees. He does have a lot of stuff going on down here in terms of the the cuffs that he has down there, so watch out for those. You've got a shin swivel or boot cut, and then you've got rocker, which is a little hindered because of the fur piece that's down here, and then you've got hinge, which is also a little hindered, but it works decently enough. I haven't really encountered too many problems because of that. So he is really well articulated. I think that he's very agile for this type of character, and I've gotten him into some really fun poses because of that. As far as the overall aesthetic here, the look, the feel, the design, I think this figure pretty well nails it. This is kind of what I think of when I think of the Puma, especially in a more classic sense, especially from when I was a kid. So there's a lot to like here from just the general looks. You do have a lot of fur texture on the arms, and then the chest piece is more of a skin-tight costume look. So that does seem kind of odd in some ways, but it actually works really well based on the character design, so that's fine. Sometimes it just kind of throws me off. I want to think that he's going to be fully covered in fur, but that's not always the case with this guy. And then we do have pants down here, so all the musculature is sculpted in, and then we've got these floating pieces down here for the fur that hangs out of his pants, and then these cuffs, and they are nicely sculpted. A lot of wash in there, the same that goes with the hair that's on the forearms. These are separate pieces, they're not sculpted on, but they're really snug. They only barely move, and I haven't had any issues with them really moving out of place or slipping or anything like that. We do have this belt with the odd E on it. I don't know what the E stands for. If you know, let me know. I've seen other folks asking on social media what the E stands for, and I just plain don't know. We do have the band on his arm here, which is the same color that's on the cuffs and the belt. No real paint to speak of, but it's sculpted nicely, and this is the first instance of where we have some of the feathers, and they're okay. This might be the one thing that I think is just sort of haphazardly painted, because it's just kind of a quick hit of white, and that's about it. But it definitely brings out the texture on that thing really well. And then we have the sort of tooth claw type of necklace here, and I'm sure we've seen that before. It looks like something that we got with Black Panther maybe in one of his minifigures. It's kind of a bone off-white cream color, so it looks really good. And then of course we have got to talk about the head sculpt, because frankly that's the best thing this figure has going for it. So from the neck up, I'd say we have, at least what I've encountered so far in this wave, the best head sculpt out of the bunch. This thing is loaded with detail. Tons of sculpted detail that run through the hair, in the chops that run along his face. You've got those big bushy eyebrows. Of course, you've got the open mouth. And this is similar to the recent Sabretooth figure where the lower jaw is a separate piece. And you can sort of see a seam line there, but it's really faint. It's a lot better than Sabretooth. And then you've got all that painted detail in the mouth. You've got that snarling expression. So he's furrowed his brow. He's got that big scar that runs down. The eyes are clean and crisp and painted really well. The nose looks really good. You have got more of those feathers that come out of the back of the head and just a lot of wash everywhere. So they really went to town on the head sculpt for this guy. And then of course all the paint applications. There's a lot to love about the figure in general, but really looking at the head sculpt, you can see that there's a lot of detail here, and they spent a lot of time making sure that this looks perfect, and I really, really dig it. So that's about it for Puma. This guy doesn't really come with any accessories outside of the Build-A-Figure piece, but I do think that it's just a good, fun figure. This is not one that I was clamoring over. I think I've said it quite a few times that this wave in general was not one that I have been head over heels over, but I'm here anyway. We're taking a look at him because I couldn't control myself and bought some anyway. But I really do like this figure. Night Thrasher is still probably my favorite, but Puma is hot on his heels. This figure is just fun, it's posable, it's got great attention to detail in very specific areas that make the figure stand out, and just the paint applications are absolutely on point. I really have no complaints with this figure whatsoever. I'd say grab him if you have any interest in this character whatsoever. So that's going to do it for this look at the Marvel Legends Kingpin Wave Puma figure. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.